Day, Rust enjoyers. Hope tonight it's time for Profit Review. Now, last week we discussed the final Rust store for May 2026, which of course means today we're here to take a look at June 4 Swipe 2026. So sit back and relax. I'm going to start yapping. So, what was my initial reaction when I first saw this Rust store? Well, if I was to be completely honest with you, as I looked around, as I saw the skins being chosen, I was a bit I wasn't exactly like super amazed, like especially compared to the previous week. The teaser for Complete the Sets. But you know what? Next week is supposed to be Complete the Sets for 2026. Okay, you know what? Maybe we just need a bit of a breather. A bit of a breather in between, because next week we're going to see some pretty wacky choices. Alright, fair enough. Not going to complain. But you know what? I can't complain with the POPSTAR electric furnace finally being accepted. We have been waiting quite some time for this to finally happen. So, of course, with the electric furnace being a somewhat recent brand new skinnable, ever since it first was announced, we saw this being posted, and we were just biding our time and waiting and waiting and waiting, because that's a super standout, super colourful design. Compared to everything else I've seen being accepted so far, nothing really compared. And now it's finally been accepted. So, yeah, you know, that's cool, that's nice. Another POPSTAR skin has been accepted. Like, I remember I was sitting here and saying, guys, I can't believe it. In the past 2 months, we've seen 6 skins being accepted. It's absurd. It's silly. It's wacky. Is it going to stop soon? Well, we'll talk about that in a bit, but yes, a lot of people were very pleased to see that. But even after just a few hours of sales, it was very obvious that this was going to sell quite a lot. But so as long as there's demand, prices usually hold up, even if a skin sells an absurd amount. So, yes, we'll be talking about that. But we must move on and discuss the other skins. So, yep, another garage door has been accepted. And even back then, I was like, how many garage doors are we going to have by the end of the year? Yeah, that was starting to become a bit of a problem. But honestly, overall, it was a perfectly fine looking glow-in-the-dark garage door. Although, if I can remember, we did also happen to have the kick drops recently. We also happen to have the very special industrial garage door. So, timing was a bit awkward. But for what it is, yeah, looks nice, looks all right. Again, it's just the amount of garage doors we're seeing being introduced to Rust. Like, if we just keep seeing more and more and more and more and more, they're becoming a little bit too oversaturated. There's too many options. And if your skin does not stand out super amazingly, it's very likely to get lost in the shuffle and just go down in price. So, yeah. But what I see there, it's all right. It's just, again, I don't think it really stands out that insanely. Now, very, very, very interestingly, what do we have right here? Oh, you know, it's just a SAPS skin. It's all good. It's all right. No, hold on a second. It's not just any odd SAPS skin. It's a sequel to the AK-47 we saw recently. Wow. You know, it also happened to have a transparent aim sight. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. The first marketable transparent aim sight SAP to be accepted since the Heatseeker SAP. It had been about half a year, and we have seen another skin being accepted. So, all right, cool. That's nice to see. That's very, very nice. Surely we're not going to see a lot more transparent aim sight pay-to-win SAPs being accepted after this, right? Right? But yes, I will point out, in the past we did have the B SAP, we did have the Heatseeker SAP, and around December last year, so December 2025 time, both of these SAPs were actually performing pretty badly. Now, of course, we did happen to have a certain Twitch drop, which also had a transparent aim sight being given away for absolutely free. But yeah, these were down real bad. But at this specific point in time, June 4 Swipe, they were doing really, really good. And then this appeared. Instantly cheaper compared to both of them. They both dipped down in price. So, yeah. People were fully well aware this had a pay-to-win aim sight. People were fully well aware we potentially have a brand new transparent aim sight weapon collection on the horizon. That was in a good spot. Yes. That very likely is going to work out very nicely. How much was it going to sell, though? That was the question. Now, over to here, we've got the Psycho Hoodie and Pants, which is a sequel to the Tier 3. But I will remind everybody, when this first appeared, both of these did shoot up in price. They did do quite nice. For a while, and then they went back down. So, I was discussing, could they actually like lead to some tier 2, some boots and gloves? Could it become a full-fledged collection? Like, you have to be a little bit hopeful to, you know, look forward to things in the future and whatnot. But looking at it all and whatnot, I wasn't really a fan, and I wasn't feeling super confident that this was going to be A-okay. Like, it's all right for what it is. It's just, I can't fully remember back then what we're looking at in the workshop in terms of hoodie and pants, but there could have probably been an interesting collection continuation to have chosen. Well, that's something we've been discussing quite a lot this past summer. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, Project Alpha bot action rifle. Another bot action rifle being accepted. All right. It is the first of the year. But I should point out, in the past, they were quite rare for a while. Like, throughout all of 2022, we got 0. 2023, we got 2. And then we started seeing Twitch drops and a few marketable skins spread out here and there. But all right then, the first of potentially many. All right, the first of potentially many. So what we have here, okay, you're totally fine. Nothing wrong with you. It's just, you're like a brand new skin. It's completely unique. It's not a collection continuation. Is it going to hold up? Is it going to be right? Yeah. So focused items of the month issue. There will be more, and chances are the newer skins might outclass it, outshine it. Yeah, so perhaps a bit problematic. Bone Crush Eoka, the second Eoka skin to be accepted for the 2026 year. Yes. But for what it is all right. It's just newer Eoka skins just don't seem to hold up very nicely. It's definitely something I've noticed in recent years. Like, even at this specific point in time, this was exactly doing super great. So I was questioning that a fair bit. Then we had the sheet metal tier 2. I mean, it's all right. It's just rusted. It's. I said this before and I'll say it again. Look, if we do see a collection continuation to this, it might not be the most appealing of sets, might not be the most appealing designs, blah, blah, blah. So as long as we see more, that can still lead to some pretty sweet spikes and price, and some sweet, delicious profit. But I was expecting that to drop off. It was like an instant, yeah, I can tell. Sorry to say, but yeah. Again, it's nice to see skin creators trying something different. And if I can recall, it was the skin creators' first acceptance. No. It was a sequel to the Barricade. What? So, yeah, sure. Vandal MP5 was all right. It's just I don't personally trust standard MP5s anymore. It's got to have a transparent aim sight, or very likely just drop off. And again, considering the skins we have seen up to this point this year, yeah, that's definitely something I was kind of questioning. Because again, we literally were given pay-to-win MP5s for absolutely free at the beginning of 2026. So you kind of need to stand out. So I wasn't feeling super confident with that. No Mercy Salvage Axe. I thought that was going to lead to a problem because you can't search for salvaged axe and find this in the Steam market. No. You'd have to type in specifically Salvage. So I was wondering, would that get fixed? Well, anyway, another No Mercy skin is accepted. Another somewhat recent brand new skinnable. Okay, that's cool. But with these two, at this specific point in time, they weren't exactly holding up very nicely. And again, with these being accepted, nothing here really spiked them in price. So I wasn't really feeling that confident with this. Again, we have seen quite a lot of salvaged axes up to this point. I was just going to see how everything turned out. You know, a lack of sales could still lead to it working out quite nicely. It's just, could we get a nice pick? Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, Protector SKS. So I have noticed in the past with the Protector collection, we've had a series of doors and they've worked out ever so nicely. Lovely bits of transparency and whatnot. But then we had 2 weapons. They were not appreciated. They did not hold up very nicely. And I'm looking at this SKS and I'm like, okay. So now we've got another SKS being accepted. And it is the first one to be accepted after the recent ever so nice, ever so useful Team Recoil and Dylan Zeta SKS that was given away for absolutely free. That has transparency and it's a nice wide design. I'm like, yeah, this is awkward timing for you. I don't think you're going to hold up, no. No. So, yeah, it wasn't looking very pretty. It was not looking very good for that. So, of course, with every single Rust Star, I'm always questioning what potentially could be the best investments for the week. And it was pretty obvious. Like, I'll quickly go ahead and show you. Here we are. Like, I'm sitting here. It has almost been a full day, if I can recall. And I'm on it in regards to the electric furnace. I'm like, guys, we've been waiting for this for such a long time. It's super unique. It's super colourful. It brightens your day. I can't help to assume a lot of people are going to actively want to have that as their electric furnace. I honestly thought that was the best investment for the week, even though it is selling absurd numbers. I don't think this was a full complete day. It still had over 20,000 subscribers. What? yeah, it was selling ridiculously. But then, of course, Tribal Alloy SAP. It's instantly the cheapest transparent aim sight pay-to-win SAP at the time. Yeah, you're looking good. And, you know, I'm also anticipating more transparent aim sight skins being accepted after this. We might have a pretty interesting transparent aim sight collection on the horizon. All right. Kind of wish we saw more of Hellcore, but what are you going to do? So, yep, that was also looking pretty sweet. But all the other skins, yeah, that was basically it. Nice and straightforward. So, all right then. Well, what was the first 24 hours then? Let's get a good look at that. So, actually, with that predictions video, it was actually a bit later. Oh. But still, it's quite obvious that electric furnace was selling quite absurdly, wasn't it? 18,700 subscribers in the first 24 hours of sales. Was it justified? The heart says yes. So, yeah, honestly, not too surprised with that. I knew a lot of people were going to be jumping onto it. I couldn't help but assume I'll be jumping onto it. Are we actually going to see any other electric furnace like this ever again? Like, maybe we could see like a Twitch drop or a kick drop. But are we going to see anything as bright and colourful and creative? Because it was set up to be like a sort of DJ set. So, all right, well, we'll see. And then, of course, Dead End Garage Door with just over 11,500 subscribers. Then we have the Tribal Alloy SAP, the pay-to-win aim sight SAP. Only 11,100 subscribers. It was on track to sell quite decently, but I was kind of questioning and comparing with the Heatseeker SAP. Could that potentially become the highest ever selling SAP in all of Rust? Or could it potentially slow down a fair bit? I had my eye on it. But then with everything else, like the sales were quite alright. It's just, again, I just didn't really trust all the other things. So, of course, then, how did everything look when we did the abnormal barders? So here we are, Wednesday night, and as you might be able to somewhat see, I hope you can, POPSTAR Electric Furnace is sitting there with 36,628 subscribers. What? Yes, it sold a lot. But then again, we knew that was going to happen. We knew it was going to sell quite absurdly. It's POPSTAR. It's got tons of momentum. It's got a lot going for it, and the electric furnace is, of course, a fairly brand new, like, skinnable. I'm not sure if we're going to see anything like that ever again. I was saying that a lot. I'm sure in people's heads they're thinking the same. So yeah, sold quite decently. But now we question, is it actually going to hold up? So I do recall I was doing a lot of comparisons. I brought up the recent Pirate Electric Furnace, which at the time was actually doing quite all right. Had a very strong collection behind it, very in demand. Even that was still holding up, and it sold more. I even brought up the Ghost Furnace. Yep, just a regular furnace. The Ghost Furnace appeared back in October 2025, Halloween 2025. That did over 70,000 subscribers. And yet, with the demand so high, the price was still retaining, and it was somewhat profitable for a while. But in regards to what we're about to talk about, as we went through June, the prices weren't exactly holding up forever. So, cool. So this right here, I was feeling positive with that. Dead End Garage Door, almost 22,000 subscribers. I was still a bit questionable with that. Tribal Alloy SAP, it did not look as if it was going to surpass the sales we saw the Heatseeker SAPs. All right, not too bad. Somewhat reliable. Okay, maybe it could slowly rise up in price, exactly like what we saw with the Heatseeker SAP, for example. And if we do see a collection being built up from here, like, yeah, even better. So, honestly, things were looking pretty sweet with that. Hoodie and pants, 13,800 and 13,500. If I can recall, initially we thought the hoodie and pants were going to sell more than a tier 3, and then it didn't. So, yeah, we can have a lovely chat about that. The bolt action rifle sold reasonably. Just about 12,000 subscribers. It was one of the skins of the week that wasn't abnormal, so, alright. Tier 2 really didn't sell that much. Just over 9,200 subscribers. I'm not surprised. Again, people do like the nice, bright and colourful designs. I respect it for what it is, but yeah, didn't really have that much interest to a lot of people. Right then, so let's just go ahead and start talking about the prices we suggested for each of the skins here. For the POPSTAR electric furnace, priced at $2.49. I thought it was going to hold. I thought it was going to be all right. I thought, you know what, I've got to jump in, I've got to do a good barter. I said $1.70 to $2.20. In regards to the garage door, dead end garage door, I wasn't fully behind you. There was hopes of a collection continuation, we had seen that, but I wasn't 100% behind it. I said $1 to $1.50. With the tribal alloy sap, I was feeling optimistic. I was kind of questioning the possibility that maybe in the future we could see another incident or instance where we could end up seeing another transparent aim sight sap being given away for absolutely free. Much like what we saw the previous year's Trust and Rust sap. It did badly affect the Heat Seeker and the B sap. But after a while, after a good few months, both of them did rise in price very, very nicely. So, just saying. So, I looked at it with optimism. I said $1.70 to $2.20 for the Tribal Alloy Sap. Now, in regards to the Psycho Hoodie and Pants, both of them I said 70 cents, 90 cents. With the sheet metal kilt, because of course with tier 2 armor, we tend to offer more for the kilt compared to the other two pieces, I said 70 cents to $1 for the kilt. But I said, oh no. Yeah, I said 70 cents to $1 for all three. Alright, well, we'll have a discussion in regards to that then. No Mercy Salavash Axe. They didn't change the name. It's still Salavash Axe to this day. That was priced at $2.49. I said 80 cents to $1.20. And with the Protector SKS, sitting there with 7,500 subscribers, I just sat there and said 60 cents to 80 cents. I did not trust it. Now, the skins of the week that weren't abnormal. Project Alpha Bolt Action Rifle, I just said 60 cents to 80 cents. I was seeing a lot of very interesting Bolt Action Rifle skins being submitted to the workshop. I thought with them potentially appearing, that was very likely to get lost in the shuffle. Lost in the shuffle, and the price suffers because of it. That was the expectation. Bone Crusher Eoka. It had sold a reasonable amount, just under 10,000 subscribers. I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to offer 80 cents to $1.20. It is a $2 skin. I think going up to about $1.20 should be quite alright. Should be reasonable. Yeah, I thought that was okay. And then with the Vandal MP5, well, as I said, you kind of need to have a pay-to-win feature, a very interesting design. I just stuck with 60 cents to 80 cents. I didn't trust it. So, out of all the skins then, I will now sit here and say that I can confirm I did buy 30 of the POPSTAR electric furnaces, and I bought 30 of the tribal alloy saps. I was questioning, could I afford, should I get more? But the real question was, can I actually afford it? Because back then I had so much funds to offer. So, alright, cool, oh dear. But overall, yeah. All I could really speak of is this and this. And now, what was the outcomes? Did everything match up to our expectations? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. We'll keep it reasonably straightforward. POPSTAR electric furnace, you do stand out ever so nicely compared to a lot of these other electric furnaces. Now, of course, some of these are performing a fair bit better compared to you, but in regards to all the other designs, nothing is as bright and colourful as you are. Now, in terms of bright, I'm just kind of saying that, metaphorically, they're all the same brightness. They're all the same. But this right here, just this design, I just can't help but assume people will be appreciating this as time goes on. I do not think anything will compare to that ever again. So, yeah, you're holding up. You're doing good. I bought you. I'm happy. I'm sure this is going to improve as we go through August time. But yes, it has suffered a fair bit because over the course of June, we did have a dip. April, May, prices were rising up ever so nicely after the Easter dip. But yeah, a lot of skins in general did drop off by about 10 to 20% as we went through June time. But now that we're getting closer and closer to August, the expectation is everything is going to potentially spike in price and reach brand new all-time highs. Hopefully. So, yeah, had a bit of a dip round here, started to pick itself back up. Of course, we have had some more collection continuations as well. It's POPSTAR after all. It just doesn't stop. So we saw the auto turret, the armored door, the POPSTAR shop front. Everything here is doing A-OK except the pump shotgun. It is what it is. So, yeah, it's just doing good. And I have no complaints in regards to that. Did you happen to buy any POPSTAR electric furnaces? Feel free to comment below. Dead End Garage Store, I didn't trust it. I wasn't fully invested in it, and yeah, it dropped down the price. So, regards to this garage store, I did say I was going to offer between $1 to $1.50, and I can confirm I very likely would have removed my $1.50 barter. 100%. I would not have trusted that long enough. I know there were attempts for collection continuations and all that. It's just other people exist, and well, don't you just love it when other people exist? It's so great. Yes, it's a very clever idea to go ahead and list 56 of these. Dear. Oh, great, lovely. So yeah, not everybody knows exactly what they're doing, and you just have to suffer because of it. Isn't it a lovely thing to hear? I mean, that's life. That's a great life lesson. So yeah, all right. Well, you're not really holding up, but again, I can confirm. Skin Creator did try. Skin Creator certainly did try. Didn't work out. Now they're trying other things. Tribal Alloy Sap. It was doing quite alright for a while, and then it wasn't. What do you mean? Well, it's retaining, still holding up. Very nice to see. But whilst it was potentially progressing ever so nicely, whilst it potentially was rising up with a very interesting SAR skin being accepted after it, we then saw more SAP skins being accepted. And lo and behold, oh, look at that. They also have transparent aim sight, pay to win aim sights. Rising, down, rising, right down. So what gives? What's going on? Well, I'm not joking when I say, after this, we saw the optimized SAP and we saw the cartoon SAP. Priced at $3, this appeared when this was pushing up to about $3.60, between like $3.50 to $4. I do specifically remember $3.60 for some reason. But yeah, it was getting close to $4. And then it wasn't. And now it's back down to about $2.70. Because then the cartoon SAP appeared eventually. So quite literally about 2 months later, priced at $2, this has appeared. And well, it's the most approachable and affordable pay-to-win SAP. So yeah, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. And who knows if we see another one this year as well. Twitch drops, kick drops. So it's done a very good job holding up. It was doing very good for a while, of course, with this appearing, but it's just kind of there now, isn't it? It's just kind of there. If we don't see another pay-to-win SAP skin being accepted for quite some time now, that could still flourish. It could still work out. Again, look what happened with the B SAP and the Heatseeker SAP. Both of them took some time, but they did eventually work out quite nicely. All right. Now, this did dip and suffer for quite some time when that appeared, and again when this appeared. But it hasn't really suffered now that this appeared, which is quite interesting. And this has been pushing up to a brand new all-time high price. As we're just about to enter August time, I truly believe this is going to do so much better, along with this. So maybe it's just a long waiting game. Maybe if I were to look at this again in about a year's time, it'll probably actually be up by a fair bit. Maybe with more transparent aim sight collection continuations as well. We'll see. So, yeah, it did get a sequel. Yeah, it was doing quite all right for a while, but then it didn't. Then it wasn't good. Oh. So, cool. Did you buy any of these SAPs? Have you picked up any of a barter? I picked up 30, as I said. I'm still yet to pick up more of a barter, though. I'm quite curious to see what happens as we go through October time. Could this suffer quite a bit, and could I end up getting dumped on? But then around post-Christmas 2027, January 2027, maybe I'll be able to flip them for a pretty sweet, delicious amount of profit. Fingers crossed, hopefully. So, not too bad. The Psycho hoodie and pants, yep. Initially, for a while, it really did look as if both of these were going to surpass and end up with about 17,000 subscribers. I was a bit worried about these, but then we find out, oh, hang on a minute. No, it's slowing down. Yep, it ends up selling less compared to Tier 3. Doesn't matter. It's not a very in-demand collection. Oh dear. Yeah, people don't care for it. It's unfortunate. Like, the Skin Creator did try for Tier 2. They made a large backpack. It's just not holding up. It's quite awkward. But you know what? We do tend to see collections like this. It's just the way it is. Tier 2 could randomly be accepted in the future. I'm not sure if there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be super thrilled about that, but we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, fair nothing. So, yeah, we expected not much, and yes, it suffered. Project Alpha bolt action rifle. So as I said, it's the first bolt action rifle skin to be accepted for the month in which the bolt action rifle was the focused item of the month. And lo and behold, what did we see after this? We saw Heat Seeker bolt action rifle, we saw Rainbow Pony bolt action rifle, both of these had transparent aim sights, factory new. Oh my goodness. So not exactly the best position to be in. But you know what? It's pretty interesting because as I look over to here, I can confirm right now it's only got 13 listings. So it didn't sell too ridiculously. It didn't exactly go super crazy. Like, just a few sales and that's probably going to end up in the positive again. But when you look at the barders here to the side, it's clearly not very in demand, is it? No. And if I was to go ahead and look at the recent sales, honestly, it's just been stagnant. It doesn't look as if many people have been trying to approach it because, I guess they just don't care for it. But also, because there's hardly any listings, it hasn't really suffered and been dumped and crashed and burned. So, yeah, it's only slightly down a fair bit. Things could actually turn around quite nicely if someone just turns up and buys it all. So, shrug. Bone Crusher Eoka, it's doing alright. It's down a fair bit. Nothing super bad, it's just kind of there. But this, unfortunately, is a behaviour we were basically expecting. Like, the newer Eokas, they just tend to suffer. They just tend to go down. Older ones are doing pretty sweet. Newer ones, maybe it's a case of people don't care that much about the newer designs. But it is a surprise because we hardly ever see skins being accepted. Now, anyway, yeah, you're just looking at about 7 listings. It's back up to its rust or price. One guy specifically listed 6 at the price it sold for. Honestly, if you remove that, it could probably rise up even easier and whatnot. Anyway, yeah, it's holding up. It's doing quite all right. And I'm led to believe this is me right here. I did not pick up any of a barder, so maybe in the further future, perhaps. We shall see. So, yeah, I just about missed out on that. Ah, dear. All right, never mind. So, all right, cool. Moving on. Sheep Metal Tier 2. Did you work it? No. I don't want to sound so mean, but yeah. So, normally with Tier 2, I would always offer more specifically for the kilt, but I guess it was a matter of it hasn't sold that much. I look at it and I don't see it to be very stupidly, insanely appealing. Maybe I'll just offer the same amount and whatever happens, happens. And if it does drop down a fair bit, I should remove my barders. Well, kilt's actually done a pretty good job retaining most of its value, but these 2 skins right here, oh dear, they both ended up at about $1. So I did remove my second barder. I did not want to stick with that. And it is what it is, you know? Like, sometimes you could just easily look at something and say, you know what? That's not going to hold. I don't think people see the appeal of it. I don't think people would actively go crazy for it. And, yeah, that's essentially what's happened. So, sales history, were you ever good? Nah. So, again, I don't want to sound mean, but it's obvious, it's straightforward. So, yeah. So, the kilt usually is the most valuable piece because it's the only leg armor we have. Who knows? Maybe we do see a sequel. Maybe we do see some hoodie and pants for Tier 3 eventually. But I think we're still waiting for that. Like, didn't the skin creator make some boots and gloves or anything? No, they didn't do anything of the sort. So I don't know what to say. They are a newer skin creator. Maybe they need to sit in it and work on it for a bit longer. But how much longer? Because again, where's the sequels? Where are they? MP5 unfortunately dropped off. Yeah, it's just a standard MP5. I got nothing against it. The colour scheme and whatnot looked totally fine. But, oh dear. Yeah, so it suffered. Can't confirm though, whilst it has suffered, it hasn't exactly crashed and burned. But I don't think anyone's offering a higher price than 80 cents. So it looks as if quite a decent amount of the sales have quite literally just been to the Hearth Barders. So, alright, fair enough then. Salvage Axe has actually done a pretty decent job not crashing and burning, but it's still halved in price basically. So as you'll see, it's sitting here at $1.38, and yeah, price just goes lower, 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 because the barders just aren't that very high. I believe I'm right here. I believe I have picked up a couple of these, but I don't really see it working out insanely or very well until I see an ice pick being produced. Fortunately, I see no ice pick. Rhymes here now. Oh. So could it actually work out whatnot? The amount of salvage axes we've seen have been quite prominent. The ones that are working out all right, so these somewhat recent acceptances that appeared afterwards, they actually got ice picks with them. Or rather, these appeared after their ice picks. And, you know, they're doing pretty sweet. They're doing quite all right. And, of course, soon enough, we'll be talking about these as well. But all of the other ones are just a bit, Ice Cold is still appreciated. So, you know what? Props to you. But these other designs, they have not performed very nicely, have they? No. And again, whilst this was around, this was given away for absolutely free. And, of course, this already has an ice pick as well to go with it. So that quite literally, the Welland and Pico X and Ice Pick were the first ever Savage Tools pairing in all of Rust. So chances are people just did not need it or care for it. Again, the awkward timing is the problem. And then with the Protector SKS, lo and behold, it went down in price real bad. It was pretty obvious just by looking at the previous two skins. Yeah, it was kind of obvious. So 31 listings, quite barren, quite thin, but the highest barter is only about 75 cents. And for the past couple months, it's just been there. It's just been stagnant. It's just been about like $1.10 to $1.30 or so. So it hasn't really moved that much. End discussion. So, yeah. So honestly, overall, with my barter suggestions, like a POPSTAR, that's doing all right still at the moment. With the SAP, they're still doing all right at the moment. You know, it's somewhat close to what's listed at, but the barters are still nice and bulky. So these are going to be pretty well cushioned and not exactly crashing and burning anytime soon. It will be interesting what happens over the course of October time, though. The up to full seasonal dip. Garage door, though, yeah, you did go down. Hoodie and pants, yeah, you did go down. So there's a lot of instances here where I did remove some barders. But some of them are still there, still waiting, still hoping to potentially pick up some nice cheap pickups and whatnot. So, yeah, it is what it is. And so, that's a wrap in regards to this particular Rust store. Let's get a nice little preview of the Complete the Sets Rust store for 2026. Oh, why do we have auto turrets? What's going on there? Well, you probably didn't notice it, but yeah, we're supposed to have seen auto turrets this week. It didn't happen. I don't know why it didn't happen. So Facepunch was just like, you know what, all right, we'll just accept 2 next week. But yeah, Knights Templar, Training Collection, Hellcore. Yeah, I was very happy to see that. Molten Visage has made a return. Okay. Heat Seeker Bolt Action Rifle. Xenotype Mini Cards Box. Hold on a second. Did we just somewhat recently, like half a year before this, didn't we see the Neon Small Cards Box? Yes. But now you have another option. Could that potentially mean the return of the Xenotype collection, but as a small box collection? Maybe. Maybe. Armor Double Door from Hell, Naval Camo Jacket, Miniaturized Furnace, that particular bow, this Cell Custom SMG, and a very interesting transparent bamboo cage fridge. So, yeah, a pretty interesting batch of wacky skins for Complete the Sets 2026. That, of course, will be the discussion for next week. So, that's pretty much everything. Once again, I'll ask you, did you happen to pick up any of the skins from the Rust store? Did you happen to pick up any of the skins with barders? Are you satisfied with how things currently are? Have you noticed prices starting to improve as of recent? Are you still optimistic for August time? Feel free to offer your opinions and comment below. And I guess we'll just have to see how everything pans out from here now. Thank you very much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.